All right, everybody, welcome back. My name is Pale L Poppy. This is episode 40 of the Top Tier Podcast. We got a lot of topics for y'all today.
The chosen one here.
Yeah, man, this is not a slow week with news-wise. There's a lot of stuff going on.
I know, it's a lot, bro. How are you handling it? How's your mental health, bro?
Man, I'll look at it, add it to the list, add it to the list, do some research, but I spread it out, man, because if I just look at all the ridiculousness at once, it just fucks my brain. Like, I got to take breaks from social media.
It's probably the best course of action. Let's start with this Young Thug topic. So when I first saw this headline, I saw that he was conducting drug deals in court, and I was like, God damn it, they finally got this man. Because I was gunning for Young Thug.
Yeah.
No pun intended, gunning for Young Thug. Hey.
I mean,
where's my rib shot?
There's literally a video for guys you don't know. There's like one of his co-defendants like handed him a Percocet, and they just immediately got that ass. So I'm just kind of like, why would you? I don't even understand what this is. This, to me, it just seemed like a setup to me. That like, how did he even get that in the room, for one?
I don't understand it. So apparently, not only did he pass Young Thug the Percocet, but then following that, apparently they found him in some type of bathroom stall or something, the officer, and the man was caught with not only just Percocet on his body, but he had marijuana, cannabis. I don't know which one is not going to get flagged on YouTube. Marijuana or cannabis. He had tobacco, and they said other forms of contraband. So how the fuck do you get all that shit? And not only that, first of all, this man was already facing life in prison. That's the first thing. So how the fuck is he getting all this shit in a courtroom? Don't they have people? I've never been in a courtroom. Don't they have people that are like checking you and patting you down? Especially if you're, because I'm gonna guess that if you're on trial for something, you're in the jail, right? You're probably being detained.
Well, I think the only logical thing that we can understand is he's definitely out on bail in some capacity. Because I don't know where.
Not this guy.
I mean, that's the only thing I can understand. Because from information I was looking up, that he wasn't that he wasn't. So I don't even know where he got that stuff from. So, but the only thing I can think logically is he would have to have been out and he somehow got it in the courtroom. Never been in a courtroom. I don't know if drug dogs inspect in the courtroom. But clearly this seems like, to me, this was stuff that was going to be traded in prison. So I don't know how I guess maybe there are just certain checkpoints they don't check.
I just don't know how he got it.
They transfer him back to the prison. That's what I'm saying.
They said he's facing life in prison for murder. I don't think that they just let you out on bail for murder. Yeah, I don't think that's a thing. Not. Somebody has to have him, like, someone has to pass him that so that he could distribute that to Young Thug. And also,
there has to have been.
How the fuck are you just walking up to the guy that's like, I don't know the exact court case dialogue, but how are you just walking up to the dude that's like on trial? If you watch the video.
I saw the video with cameras on and everything.
If you watch the video closely, I mean, you could see that the officer is like right on time with it. Like, he saw him getting up, the co-defendant, I don't know his name. You saw the guy getting up and he moved right over there with him. So he was already onto it and shit, but like, they're just putting Young Thug in such an interesting spot. I don't even want to use the word interesting because that's an understatement. They're putting him in a spot where he seems so compromised.
And that's why people are saying it's a setup, because it's like, do we honestly know if Young Thugger knew what he was going to hand him?
No. That's why
he could have been like, hey man, give me a piece of gum. And then he just opens his hand and it's just a perk. It's just a perk, bro.
He turned around and almost knew that he was going to be like there, and then he went for the dap or whatever. So he probably like said something like, yo, Thug, or something like that. But he said he turned it over. At least that's what the Young Thug's lawyer is saying. He turned it over. Did he get a new lawyer? Because I saw a black dude. He probably has a whole slew of lawyers, actually.
Probably has a whole team.
The clips I was seeing, he had a white dude for his lawyer.
But yeah,
the guy they were making fun of, they were saying he didn't know a goddamn thing that was going on in that courtroom.
I just like why? It just doesn't make any sense to me. I just only thing I can think of is that maybe the dude had an outside homie who somehow got in there and left all that shit.
Yeah, it's really just maybe how the fuck somewhere you get that shit in there, and why is he distributing it?
And he went to go get
slapped. Because he gonna get slapped. He did actually. He got slapped. Some more charges on him. Like, that's why it kind of feels like setup type shit. I'm not saying no free Young Thug shit. I know y'all niggas always out there wanting all these rappers to get free.
I'm pretty neutral. A lot of these rappers
were saying free TK, nigga. Did you hear about TK?
Yeah, I know who
Nigga's a
TK
murderer.
is. I was following when someone introduced me to TK. He was like still on the run.
The nigga's a murderer. And
we were
out
like
there talking
we were
about
like
free
in
TK.
the like freshman year of college. It was that summer. I
Yeah,
think it was either
something like that.
summer
No, it wasn't
between
freshman
freshman
year.
and sophomore. It was the summer between freshman and sophomore. I think is when it was. Freshman and sophomore year of college. So that was like, what was that? 2017, summer 2017.
Yeah, something like that. I
He
know
was,
all
like,
y'all
on the-
niggas want all
he
these
was on the
rappers to
run.
go free.
No,
but Young Thug,
TK is a psycho. He deserves to be in prison. He deserves to
definitely
sit and do
him.
that time.
Definitely him.
He's
Get all
the
the
one.
murderers off the streets. Definitely him.
He's literally is just like a psycho. He's just like a murderer. He's just straight up just like a monster. So I don't.
But Young Thug though,
I don't know.
this guy is
Remember, I
gonna
don't
get
know
got.
much about this case, but I think Thugger is done. Just from what I understand about it, I think there's no way he's not getting off without at least 10 years. I think.
we were
From what
talking
I
about that.
understand.
What's the normal? Just for the audience, what's the normal like average sentence that a RICO case like the head? They're saying this guy is like Al Capone, bro.
I just
like
when
El
I understand
Chapo.
about like the heads of RICO cases, you're basically getting life. You're getting over 25 years. I guess it depends on the severity of what was going on, but like most RICO cases I've seen, and you're getting double-digit years. No,
It just feels
bar
like
none.
this. Even
You're
like
getting
I
double-digit
started
years.
it with saying that the headline that I saw, and it's not just one headline. I mean, there's reporting coming from all over. I'm sure you can even find something like Fox News or CNN reporting on this shit. Because Young Thug is a name, right? He's him.
Right.
The headline is that Young Thug is performing drug deals in the middle of a court case room. That's propaganda, yo. Because that's not what happened. That's not what happened.
And I guess maybe the deal, we're assuming that there's some kind of monetary transaction. Maybe he was just giving him, maybe he just like, hey,
I don't
dude,
think so.
I'm
'Cause
having
that's not
sickness
what- I
or
don't
something's
think
happening
so.
to me. I'm addicted. Can you give me a perk? Or maybe the guy, they're just fucking him over and he just handed it to him. He didn't know what he was handing him. And then it was just like, perk! And got on his ass. I don't know.
I think they're trying to set this man up. Talking about Jeffrey Williams. They're trying to set this man up, bro. And I'm not saying free Young Thug or nothing like that, but I just feel bad for the man. I hate to see him go down because we're not going
I
to get
just
no
think
more
whatever
Young
he
Thug.
deserves to get, he should get. But I don't think he should be getting railroaded any further than that. That's all I can really say about this case.
Speaking of getting railroaded, excuse me, Alec Baldwin charged with manslaughter because of his situation with him firing the weapon on his Rust set when they were filming. What do you think about this? Because we could take this from a couple of different angles.
Well, yeah, I think.
Do you think he's deserving
I think
of it?
the manslaughter is just it's a tough situation.
He already
I'd
got
say,
sued, and he already settled out of court for this.
I'd say he definitely deserves manslaughter. I definitely think manslaughter is fair. I don't know about giving him spending the rest of his life in prison, but he should. In my
He's
opinion,
not
do
going
at
to.
least. I think he should do at least 10 years. But he's an older man. So
Less than that. It's going to be less. I think what he's facing is up to 18 months and like a fine, like a cash fine. So it's not going to be that big of a deal for
I think
him.
that's definitely
shit.
deserved. That's definitely deserved. But I think
So
the
you think
person
that
who
he
really
did
needs to
it?
do. I think the person who really needs to be doing the years is the person who was handling the firearms and the live ammo. The live
let's
ammo
talk about
and
that.
and the dummy ammo.
Because Alec Baldwin wasn't the only one that got slapped on the wrist with the charge. It was also his assistant director, and it was also the person that was handling the weapons on sets, like the weapons specialist, I think is the proper term for it. So she got hit with the charge. The assistant director got hit with the charge, but the assistant director has already pleaded. He already pleaded guilty. So he got the plea deal. He's already set up. I think they're trying to get Alec Baldwin to probably do the same exact thing. Just get a plea deal, make it easy. I don't even think he's going to, even if he does get, because this is probably going to go to trial. I mean, it seems like, I don't want to get into the whole, the whole controversy where it seems like there's like a bunch of behind the scenes, like he said, she said type of, I don't even want to go there. But someone's going down. The weapons specialist is going down for sure. Probably is going to be the one. Alec Baldwin, if he does end up getting convicted, he probably won't face that much time. He's Alec Baldwin. There's so much legendary status with Alec Baldwin. I mean, Alec Baldwin, bro.
I mean, he's definitely getting a slap on the wrist to a certain extent, for sure. But I think the fall person is going to be the firearm specialist, the person who is handling the ammo and it being mixed with, dummy ammo being mixed with live ammo, the fact that she loaded the gun. But
That's
Alex
important.
needs to get time because I don't even understand, dummy or not dummy, we should not be playing with a firearm like that.
Yeah, they said he was just pointing it at her.
Sure, if
woman
it
who
was,
died?
exactly, yeah. Why are you pointing that at someone? I know it's just a joke. It's like, oh, it's stop being a pussy. It's just. I'm just assuming that's what he said. Stop being a pussy. Oh,
It's just a gun.
It's just dummy ammo. Like, come on, like, dude, like it's a firearm. If it's capable of actually shooting real ammo, you should not be pointing at someone. I don't
And
care.
that's
if it's
why they're
empty.
all getting.
I don't
That's
care if
why
it's
they're
full
all
of
getting
dummy
charged.
ammo.
Is because it's negligent.
Yeah.
It's a negligent situation that went down.
So either way, he needs to do some time. Now, how much that is, I'm not the one to say, but he needs to be punished for that because there's
I'm
no
just surprised
sense.
that you took
if
that
it's like a Nerf
stance.
gun. Why?
Because I don't think that it's necessarily like in this case. Like, okay, so Alec Baldwin is the producer of this film. He's not just the actor. He's not just talent on the film. If he was just talent, though, because we've seen other accidents happen on set where people end up getting killed.
Right.
But if you're just talent, do you think that he should still be held liable for this? You think he should still be charged? How the fuck would he know?
I see what you're saying. How the fuck would you know? He's still negligent behavior with a firearm, he knew or he didn't knew. No. Even if he just was 100% certain that it was dummy ammo, I still feel like it's just like, dude, like this is a real weapon. Like even if he wouldn't get
I see what
charged
you
with
mean.
it, it's just common sense. It's like, dude, like let's not even play with that. Let's not even play like that. And
That makes sense.
He didn't, and of course he didn't know, right? He didn't have 100% certainty because there's several points of failure. I mean, if your firearm specialist for the set is just incompetent, that's a point of failure. So you have that potential point of failure, and then you also have a guy just waving a gun around. That's 2 points of failure. Because if he doesn't know, if the firearm, in this case, this is what happened, that was a point of failure. The firearm specialist was incompetent, leading to Alex waving the gun around, leading to someone getting killed.
Who do you think played the bigger role, though? Like, who should face the higher
Clearly, it's the
sentence?
firearm specialist who's going to get the most time in this. I mean, to me, that's pretty obvious. It's like pretty open and shut. Like I would put money on the fact that she's going to get more years than that.
Dude, I feel so bad about Alec Baldwin, bro. Like, that's like an important part of my childhood, bro. Like, he was in Thomas the Train.
Who?
Alec Baldwin? Wait, what are you saying? What are you doing?
Who
are you insulting here?
We're talking about Alec Baldwin because I didn't know who this guy was until.
You're lying. You're lying, bro. He's part of our childhood.
I probably
he
just
played Dennis
didn't
in the
know his
SpongeBob
name.
movie.
Okay, I didn't know that, but that's good.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, the dude with the boot. He had the fucking spikes on his boots, and he was like,
he was in Madagascar. This guy is important for me, at least for me. He's ruining my childhood.
Now I have to look him up because I only know him from the scandal, but maybe I just don't know. But if we go to his,
you definitely
IMDb,
know his daughter. You definitely know his daughter. You'll find out. All right, let's keep it moving because we got some more criminal cases to get to. Now we found this case, really tragic case that took place in Alabama, I believe.
It was in Tennessee.
I'm gonna say the man's name.
We can cut that out.
I'm gonna say the man's name, not in order to do any type of ratting or stitching or anything like that, but just for the sake of this conversation, so we have someone to refer to. The name is Darius Miles, and what ended up happening was apparently he was the one who distributed a weapon to a counterpart of his who ended up killing somebody who he happened to have been seen trying to make a pass at that same night, meaning like flirtatiously. And so they basically just killed somebody because he got rejected. Like they got their pass was rejected. And it just felt to me like this lines up way too well with a lot of the stories that I've been seeing about, this whole manosphere thing is going on and all this alpha male talk and beta male talk. And I just feel like men right now are really struggling and having a hard time kind of figuring out how to deal with rejection, and not just rejection, but just deal with the world, like just the struggles of being a man at the same time.
I don't know, man. I don't even know if it's anything. I don't think this is anything new. I don't think this is just modern. There have been dudes have been attacking and harassing women who reject their advances probably since the beginning of humanity.
This is true.
I think this is just weak scent behavior.
But it does feel like there's a different level
false
of
expectations. Gets mad that he gets rejected, and just had an Elliot Rodgers moment and went full incel. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really know what to say. It's just weak simp behavior.
It just feels
dude,
like because of this
you
whole
got rejected.
manosphere thing,
Fucking well. Go back in and talk to somebody else.
it feels like that there's a different type of insight. Is that the word to use?
It's just been going on. You mean it's like there's a slightly different context because the internet has taken it, has given it new life, or the internet has brought more discourse.
Yeah,
into
something
this
else
whole topic. This is nothing new.
you.
I don't know, man. I mean, if you really want to know where I think it started, I think it started with Elliot Rodgers. You remember Elliot Rodgers? This has happened when we were in high school.
Not really.
He was like this weak simp dude. He went to UC Santa Barbara. He was like an incel. He was like the one who started the incel movement. Like his manifesto was like what kicked off like all these incels and a lot of these like repeat murders. He was like, he went to Santa Barbara. I think he killed his roommates, and he just went on a killing spree, killing women because they rejected him. And that's what really kicked off like the popularity of that whole incel movement. That whole incel term really kicked off.
What year
with
was
him.
this?
Like what, 2014? We were in high school when this happened. I think it was like 2014, 2013. I think that's where it started. And it just kind of evolved over time to Red Pill and Manosphere and MGTOW. I think that's, they tried to clean it up a little bit, but I think that's kind of what it evolved into. But remember, the origins of this is murder. The origins of this is violence against women. This is where that's at its core is where it is. So it's nothing new to me. It's the same shit. It's the same spirit to me.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It
There's
is nothing
nothing
new. I don't know why it just felt like I feel like I'm using the wrong word, but I just feel like it's being incited a little differently. I just feel like it's coming from a different place. I don't think it's coming from just people who are just I don't know. Back in the day, I feel like it used to be like an individual type thing where it's like, oh, that guy is just crazy, or that guy just has issues and he ended up doing that to some woman. Now it feels like it's a culture of it.
Internet. There's definitely become a culture. I definitely think it started off with individuals who are like writing manifestos and committing crimes, and then dudes started forums, and dudes started Reddit forums, and dudes started YouTube communities, and now they all join together and they're bashing. They stoke each other's anger together. And I think the pandemic probably made it worse because you already got dudes who are incels, and then they're online talking crazy, and then they get on Reddit. Sorry, and pandemic happened, and they ain't been outside half the damn near in 2 years. You know what I mean? Like, they go outside, but they haven't really been out like that. And all they've been doing for the last 2 years is building up hatred and anger. So, now that things are calming down, at least in America to a certain extent, they're back outside, they're getting rejected. They ain't been rejected for real for like 2-3 years. Now they can't handle it.
It's different when someone just won't. It's different when someone just won't respond to your text. You just get left on red. You can deal with that. Yeah. If someone rejects your ass in person, you start whining, you start shooting niggas.
I mean, but
I don't want to make.
I just never understood. Like, my mentality always has been like, you get rejected, like that shit hurts, but you get back in there and find someone who fucks with you. You know what I mean, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Just because someone didn't fuck with you at that moment doesn't mean that no one's gonna fuck with you. And if you really find it that hard, work on yourself. That's really all and that goes for men and women. All you can really do is work on yourself. All you really can do is step into, boost up your positives and try to lessen your negatives as much as possible in the dating market, and do what you can do and keep putting yourself out there. Dudes just want shit handed to them. Dudes just want shit instant. Dudes want what they want without fail, and if they don't get it, they throw a tantrum. And some of these dudes, the tantrums happen to be violent. That's all I can really say is now dudes are just getting on the internet joining together about the fact that they just don't want to do it. They don't want to put themselves out there enough, or don't want to improve themselves, or both. They just want to hand it. Maybe the real issue is instant gratification. Social media is the problem.
True.
And it translates into dating. So dudes, and it might not even be just dudes, it can be women too, are just like, I want a certain partner, and if I don't get it, I'm going to do something about it in a negative way, not in a positive way. And,
it's really too bad. Disgusting place that we're in right now as men. Disgusting. We got to do better. All right, let's keep it moving. What we got next?
So next, I don't know if you guys heard about this. This has been building over last couple of weeks, but in Tennessee, there's a sex scandal. There was a big sex scandal where there was a female officer having
a big sex scandal.
Sexual relationships with like,
not just a sex scandal, a big sex scandal.
I mean, it was like a big sex scandal of like a lot of different like her coworkers on the job. It seemed to be like some kind of like big sex. I don't know about cults, but it was like a whole. It was like a whole like a lot of different people having sexual relationships with her. Essentially,
it wasn't just big; it was huge.
And
pause.
I don't know this. I just thought it was interesting. I don't really have anything too big to say. I just was like, how I just really wanted to pose the question: should they have been? What do you think they were actually? Should they have been fired for this? Is this?
Yeah, you were asking that. So apparently, I did a little bit of research. Apparently, like most of the people that got fired, I don't know about all of them because they were talking about there was 8 people that were involved, but I only saw 5 people that were actually either suspended or fired. I don't know what happened to those other 3. So, but out of the people that were fired, all of those people, including the woman who was involved, the only woman, it was like 5 men and 1 woman. Right. I'm not trying to kink shame now. I'm not trying to kink shame. But out of all those people that were fired, they all had previous offenses. So that is the reason why those people were fired. Now, in terms of just like
it was a race thing, which we don't know, but from what it seems right now, these people are already on thin ice. So
I understand that it does look bad because out of the people that were fired, all of them were either black or brown. That's just besides the woman was white. So I understand that point. That does look kind of bad because that's the first thing I noticed too. I was like, hold on a second, they all black.
Right, it's a little suspect.
It is a little suspect, but
the main, the woman cop who was at the center of this whole thing, she got fired as well. But she was already on thin ice. Why are we
saying that though? Why are we saying that the woman is at the center? Is it because she has the?
Well, the reason I said she is the center because in scandals she was having sexual relationships with a lot of different officers on the force. So that's why, if you look in the, and this could be just the media framing it, but if you do any research,
it definitely is.
Her face is the one that comes up. So that's what I mean by the center. It's like she's sexist, the main character.
Like,
we
could call it what it is. We could call it what it is. Like, why isn't it that all of these men, or why aren't we singling out one of these men and saying like, oh, he was involved in some sex scandal. He was the one that was perpetrating all of these sexual acts.
She was having sex with each of these different men. I don't think they was like a collective orgy of everyone having sex with each other.
So she has sex with multiple guys. That's why I'm saying it doesn't make any sense. I feel like it's a little bit sexist. It's a little bit sexist.
I agree that it's like they're framed the way they're like you're seeing the internet frame it. It's just like she's a horrible person. She like cucked her boyfriend.
She's
or
a hoe. That's what she's. They're trying to say that she's like a slut.
That's basically what is the framing of the whole thing on the internet. I just want to talk about it because it seemed like an interesting topic to talk about.
No, it's a funny ass topic. This is
hilarious.
hilarious.
I'm not trying to kink shame her or shame her. Sexually shame her. I just thought it was an interesting topic. And like, when I first looked at the topic, I was like, well, if they're just having sex outside the job, like, what are we gonna do? You know what I mean? Like,
and that's the thing. They're not having. They're having sex on the job.
This is on the job.
Off the job. Yeah. Another thing is like, they said that they got an anonymous tip as to all this shit going down.
Right.
Now, I could think that somebody in the police force just happened to see, because they were having sex in like the cop cars and like on the fucking, site, on the premise of the police station. So I could think, one could think that some other cop just happened to see some good fucking going down and was like, God damn it, wish that was me, but it's not. Let me go tattle. I'm gonna go snitch on him. But I don't know a lot of grown people that are doing that. I think most people kind of mind their own business when it comes to other people's sexual activity. Exactly. My frame of thought was that one of these niggas was hurt that they found out that she was sleeping around with other niggas on the job and probably went and snitched himself. What do you think?
Probably some dude. I mean, that makes sense to me, man. I mean, that's like the most obvious. It's either somebody saw it.
We were just talking about weak men.
That's my duty. It's my duty. Or it's probably some other guy who got butt hurt and was like, well, fuck you then.
I know, right?
Snitched. But that's really all I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to bring it to people's attention and just wanted to open discourse and what people think about it. Internet seems to be, slut shaming, kink shaming, whatever you want to say, being, misogynist about the whole thing. other people are making memes that it's like her next to her husband, but they like made him white, but it has Will Smith's face on it and him looking sad.
I feel bad for
like,
that,
remember
man.
when
God
August
damn.
Alsina thing happened and they just show like sad Will. It's like it was like a meme where it was like Will like really sad.
Yeah, the red eyes.
They
and
put
shit.
Will's face with the red eyes and they made him white because the husband is white and it's like him standing next to her.
Feel bad for that guy.
I feel bad for him.
Unless he was in on it. If he was in on it, he was
in on it. But I mean, imagine, maybe that's the last thing I want to ask is, imagine you were the guy and you just come home and you find out like your wife has been like with like 8 niggas on the police force. Like
depends on if he was knowing. Like we don't know
what
like
if
what their
know?
relationship
What
is.
if he didn't know? What if it just like they just like the police they just like he got a phone call and it was like, bro, like
shit. Honestly though, if I'm being completely honest, don't kill me, but if I'm being completely honest, if she has to go and sleep with 5 to 8 other dudes in order to satisfy whatever you're not giving her, I'm gonna have to look at, if I'm him, I'm gonna have to look at myself and say, that's fucked up. I did something wrong. I'm looking at myself more than I'm looking at her. If I'm being completely honest,
I would probably
that's a real conversation.
I would probably look at myself, but I also think like even if I was maximizing, or if I even had more than I had, it still wouldn't be enough. She still would like 8 niggas. 8 niggas.
I'm not talking about just dick.
You'd be hard pressed to find a dude who alone would be able to satisfy her.
I'm not talking. No,
think.
I'm not talking solely just about dick. Like a lot of niggas always want to go straight to just like sexual pleasure. I'm talking about everything. Like she's not getting the same. She's not just getting dick from all these guys. Like I guess she was sleeping with all these guys apparently, but she's not having the company of 5 to 8 men because she just wants some dick. At least I don't think so. I don't think women are that just like, oh, I just wanted some dick. Men are like that. Men will be like, oh, I don't know why I slept with her. I was just horny. Men are like that. I don't think women are like that though. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think he would have to do a little bit of soul searching.
There's a level deeper that we just don't, which obviously
he would have to do a little bit of a study on himself to see like, damn, like she needed 5 to 8 dudes in order to feel like she was, important in this world to get some validation in this world. Like, damn, what did I do wrong? Like, that nigga's probably boring as shit or something. I don't know. You know how people are.
Yeah.
This isn't the only kinky situation that we ran across this week to talk about. If you guys are familiar with the City Girls up, hey! Crissean, aka Young Miami, she has a show on Revolt. Really good show. Check it out if you can. And they were doing a little bit of sex talk, and she just happened to let it slip that she likes golden showers.
It say take a shot if you like golden showers. I do.
Golden showers, meaning when the guy pees on you, pee on you everywhere. You like it?
I just like it.
You do? Sweet.
I thought this would be a great way for us to talk a little bit about kinks, bro. What do you think about golden showers?
Well, first thing is when we go back and do the editing, when he said she's like golden showers, we got to screen cap that thing of Granddad talking about. I like a golden shower.
Shoot, I wish somebody gave me a golden shower.
I like a golden shower myself because he didn't know what it meant. Yeah, we got to screen cap that in. No, don't even cut that either. But I don't know. I might kink shame her, man. If you like golden showers, you like golden showers.
I'm not saying what's your opinion on her liking it. What's your opinion? Do you like it?
No, I don't like. I don't want piss on me, bro. I don't want piss on me, bro.
Would you pee on them?
Probably.
If it was consensual.
If it was consensual, if she wanted me to pee on her, I would pee on her because I don't really see what's.
Damn.
I don't really
Kelly in the flesh, right?
I don't want to get peed on though.
This is
I don't want to
Robert
get peed
Kelly
on
in the flesh.
But if I had a significant other who wanted to get peed on, I don't really see what I'm losing by peeing on her.
What you're losing? That's the
Anybody
way you see
can
it?
any and losing.
I thought
like,
you were
it
like the most vanilla dude. I thought you said you were like the most vanilla dude. I'm not gonna put out your business or nothing like that, but I don't feel like that's that much of an exposure.
I don't really see that as that much of a deviation from vanilla.
What?
Now getting peed on though, that's different.
You don't think that peeing on someone is a deviation from vanilla?
Doing the peeing is a deviation, right? But getting peed on is like, whoa. It's like way out there. That's what I think though.
All right. Well, it's damn sure not vanilla. So I just wanted to make sure that.
I mean, I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not gonna offer it. But if someone was like, "Pee on me," okay, I'll pee on you. What?
What's the kinkiest thing that you do, dog? What's the kinkiest thing that you do? What you be doing, Elliot?
Bro, we ain't doing that on the podcast, but you know.
Why not? Why we can't be transparent?
Nah, I'm good. I'm good on that. I don't put my business out there on the podcast.
All right, that's okay. That's okay. We don't have to talk about it. I just thought it would be a great time for us to, share a little information, maybe share a little game to the people that are listening. I don't know. If we don't want to go there, we don't have to go there. But they calling this nigga P. Diddy. I think that's hilarious. Not just P, not just the letter P. He not just
Diddy.
pushing P.
That's hilarious.
He literally pushing P.
Pushing P.
P-E-E. P-E-E.
I don't really know.
That's so
I think this is
up.
almost a non-story. People just looking for shit to just.
Well, it's a great conversation.
They're gonna troll. People gonna be trolling me about. You said you would pee on somebody. I'm like, well, I don't really think that's like out of all the crazy sex fetishes.
I'm not peeing on nobody.
Doing the peeing. No, I said doing the peeing is probably one of the more tamest ones, in my opinion.
What are you talking about? That's why I want you to elaborate a little bit more. You're gonna say that you're gonna pee on somebody. Hold on. You're gonna say that you're gonna pee on somebody and that's tame and not that far of a deviation from vanilla, but you won't tell us anymore? Like, nigga, what you be doing in the bedroom? I just need to know.
Bro, there's really nothing want to know. There's nothing like I said before, bro. I'm very vanilla, like just straight up. Like I'm trying to get a nut. You know what I mean? And then, and make sure you got yours. That's my only mentality. But like, dudes, I've heard stories of dudes like when I was in college with candle wax and getting tied up, and maybe I just haven't met the right one. Cause all my previous sex partners are pretty vanilla. They ain't doing nothing too crazy either. So I always imagine I just haven't met the right one. Like I said, like I haven't peed on anybody, but if someone was like, pee on me, it's really turning me on. I need it. I'm a pee. Like I don't understand. I don't understand. Like that doesn't really seem like getting candles dripped on you seems way crazier than peeing on somebody. But that's just me.
Could be. I don't know.
Getting tied up.
It's just
way more
opinion,
extreme.
I guess at that point.
Way more extreme than just peeing on somebody. They just go wash the shit off. They go get some soap.
I definitely think it's a hot. I definitely think it's a close second though. It's up there. Is all I'm saying. It's up there.
Yeah, I feel like sucking on toes is. I don't think sucking on toes is worse than peeing on somebody, but like they're not too far from each other.
No,
like,
that's timid. I mean? That's timid shit. That's timid shit. That's no different than sucking a tongue or sucking some fingers. That's timid shit. I just wanted to have a little bit of sex talk. The women podcast, they be going hard with the sex talk.
Going hard on it. From what I've seen,
men never want to talk about the sex talk, huh? All we want to talk about is that we smash. We never want to go there and actually talk about what we be doing.
I don't know, but I feel like a lot of dudes think it's
because we suck at sex.
That's true.
Let's keep it a buck.
I mean, keeping it a buck, yeah.
Women are better at sex than men. I'm not saying that there are not anecdotal stories of men being able to put in the work. What's that nigga from Game of Thrones?
Oh, the dude when he went to the prostitutes and they was like, no, nigga, we're gonna pay you next time.
Yeah,
don't even worry about it.
I'm not. What's his name? What's his name?
I forget.
Remember
Podrick
his name?
Or Pod? What's his name? Pod or Pod, something like that.
I'm not saying that like 3 out of 10. There's probably 3 out of 10 men is a Podrick. But most
we're gonna come see. They was like, we're gonna come see you. What are you talking about?
I know. But most of the time, men are just trash. That's probably the reason why we don't be talking about sex like that on our podcast.
Yeah, I mean,
we don't like to get too deep with it.
Because
then you gotta talk about your fuck ups.
Then you gotta talk about your fuck ups. But
one of my favorite, and then the women that you think you're talking about, that people think you're talking about, they gonna come out and say, "No, he didn't do none of that." No,
but this is what I've been thinking the last couple of years. Is like dudes gotta redeem their stroke. Shout out, there's this guy, his name is Big Ja. I think he's like a famous like a skit guy. He makes skits. But he has like a whole bunch of videos about him like fucking up, like probably busting too quick or like fucking up a sex adventure. And then he tries to get back. Then he like has a training arc where he tries to do some real knowledge and like up his game. And then he's like, please let me redeem my stroke. Dudes gotta really
corny though.
It's corny, but it's corny, but it's funny though, and it's kind of like
that is funny though.
Us men, we gotta step it up a little bit. That's not all, but gotta get that training.
Some of us don't have a problem with that. Some of us don't have a problem with that. but let's keep it moving. Because there's a little bit more sex talk in the pocket for us. Iggy Azalea was reported to have made over $300,000 or close to off of her OnlyFans in a singular day. 24 hours. Now, she later said that this was cap. She didn't say if it was more or less, but she said the number was made up. What you think about that?
Iggy, I don't know, man. I think she probably made more. I feel like Iggy has that kind of pull, but maybe I might be wrong. Maybe Iggy isn't as popping as we think she is, but I would not be surprised.
Azalea is a very attractive woman. I'm not surprised that she was able to make anything close to this.
It was like $25. I think if it was 10, she would have made more money because more people would.
We checked it. Yeah, we checked the subscription. We wanted to see how much it was. We did the math.
More people would have entertained $10 than 25, but I don't know, man.
I don't think this number is far off. I don't think this number is far off.
I think it might actually be more. If it was lower, I'd be surprised. But OnlyFans is that's the new come up, man. Like Bad Baby, she made what, 55 million a year?
Millions.
Yeah, dude.
She has made millions off of OnlyFans. Why can't men do it? Like, why aren't men as successful? Or are they?
I think it's a different game. I think men are just way more visual and men are weak. I don't know what it is.
Is it a sexual discipline type thing?
I can't really explain it. I don't think
women watch porn. That's what I'm saying. Like women watch they have their own, what is that word? They have their own visual substance. I don't know, their visual content. They have their own form of it. So, and women watch porn just as much as men do. So let's stop the cap there. So I don't understand why the men, either it's not being reported or they flat out just suck. And I don't get why. What is it about men? I know penises are unattractive. Like maybe that is a thing. Like even a woman would tell you, like the penis is just not very pleasing to look. It's not as pleasing to see as the
I don't really have a comment, man, because I don't really.
We can keep it moving.
We can keep it moving. I don't know how I feel about this one. All I really know is like I would not be surprised she made $300K.
My nigga do not like sex talk, fam. Sex talk is what's gonna sell. We gotta sell some ass over here, yo.
I keep my shit is private. Like I could never people. I know people who talk about like going like they would go to an orgy or do all kinds of stuff or like shit like that. I'm like, I couldn't do that. Me personally, like my shit is 1-on-1. My shit is 1v1, 1-on-1. I just can't combobulate. I'm not combobulate. I don't know why I said that. I'm thinking of some YouTuber who says that all the time. But I just can't. It doesn't compute for me. Like I'm like I said, I'm very vanilla. Like I'm not really out there. I feel like I just haven't met the partner who really is just like gonna try to push me to that next level because I wasn't talking about anything
that you did personally. We were talking about Iggy.
I'm just talking about in general. But I was kind of referencing the previous topic as well, tying it back into what we were, previous topic. But I don't know, man. When it comes to male, I definitely think there are male OnlyFans dudes who are successful. But I don't know how many women are buying it. All right. Maybe there are a lot of men. One of them. There might be a lot of men who maybe in the LGBT community who might be buying it.
We know one of them. Let's talk about Blueface.
I don't know about women. And I'm sure there's a decent amount that do, but I think it's mostly men that are supporting OnlyFans. But Blueface, what's going on with Blueface?
Him and not Crissean. Him and Crissean are gone. They're done.
I don't know, man. I saw on Twitter right before we got on that they're expecting a child. So
they are expecting a child, but Blueface also tweeted that they're officially done.
That's just like bizarre to me. Like, so you are done, but she's your baby mama forever. You're gonna have a relationship with her.
Well, we don't know if the kid is his too. That's the other thing, right? So number one, we don't know if the kid is his, and number two, why can't you guys be done and have a baby mama? He has baby mamas. He has multiple baby mamas. I'm pretty sure.
This is just another episode of the Crissean and Blueface show. It's just like, we broken up. It's like a Love and Hip Hop season. Like, we not together. Then
that's
some
their
bullshit
thing.
Goes down. It's like,
that's their brand.
We fixed it up, and then they start beating each other up again, and then it's like, we done. Then maybe he might get another baby mama, and then it's just like a cycle of like bullshit. Like they're not done. Let's stop the cap. They make too much money together.
I don't know, bro. He's
strictly business. My ass.
She's slapping him over the head with fucking Hennessy bottles and shit. God damn. Like, all right, let me correct myself. She said it wasn't a Hennessy bottle. Okay. It was some other alcoholic beverage.
Nah,
But
you don't have
still,
to
like,
get out
she
my
cracking
house.
niggas
You
over the
smack me
head,
over the
bro.
head
I'm
with a-
done.
You know how hard it is. You know how hard it is to break these bottles over
I
someone's
seen
head.
it.
Like
I
the movies,
seen it.
the movies make it seem like it's like nothing. They make it seem like it's like dollar store 99-cent glass. Like you look at it too hard.
I seen it in
cracks.
person, dog.
So
You
let
have
alone
to
swinging on
fucking-
somebody.
You have to
like
fucking
like swing, put your whole might into it, and you probably will kill them or give them serious
Yeah.
brain damage. Like that's not anything light to break a bottle over someone's head.
Yeah,
So
and this is
she
all
would have to
happening
get
after.
that's attempted murder. She would have to get the fuck out of my house.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
just
I don't
me.
think he wants to take it there. This is all after. This is all following what we saw off that No Jumper interview, where Crissean was just acting a goddamn jackass, and ended up getting kicked off. And then that's the video where you see her like kicking the TV down and shit like that. And Blueface was over it, bro. He was just sitting there like, I'm done. He probably made up. It was like that meme where in that very moment he knew he fucked up.
They manipulate each other. They're like They're like codependent. They have like a parasitic relationship, and they're each getting
Maybe for
different
a
things out of
minute.
each other. Maybe Blueface might pull away and decide.
It seems like Blueface is the
cons aren't worth
grown. Sorry to talk over, but it seems like Blueface is the one that's doing the most growth right now. Even though he was the one that proposed.
26.
Yeah, he's a little older than us. I'm pretty sure he proposed to her just like a few months, and that might have been for the cameras. We don't know. Like they play into it. Like that's the other thing is like they play into this entire like toxic relationship. This is like the lowest level of toxicity I've ever seen. Maybe the highest level. I don't know which way to go with that, but this is some toxic shit I've never seen before. It is funny to laugh at. It sounds fucked up, but it's funny, and we're all thinking it. We only like watching Blueface and Crissean because
Shenanigans.
that's an example of what not to be.
There's no real entertaining music being produced. You know what I mean? This is just like their own love in hip hop. This is like just reality show, like debauchery and brawling and just like idiocy. Like,
Yeah.
they're getting too much money though. Like someone was like, dude, we'll pay, you get millions a year to act a clown and an ass in public. A lot of people would say yes. That's
A lot
the way
of
I
people
look
would,
at it.
yeah. Because people
Yeah.
want to be reality TV stars.
But it's probably simple, man. You just show up to nice dinners and nice gatherings and little parties and little meetups, and you just talk shit to people and they pay you a whole bunch of money. I think a lot of people are going to do it.
Probably. We live in the era. Everybody wants to be famous
You play
now.
a character. You just like act like an elevated ass, and people pay you money.
Yeah. Brand is important. Everybody thinks that they can have one, and everybody wants one. Not everybody can be famous though. That's the thing that no one wants to ever say is like not everybody can be famous, and not everybody wants to be famous.
I don't want fame. I never would want fame. I want to just be a low-key millionaire, billionaire who's just doing his thing, just kicking it.
Yeah,
I
that'd
don't
probably
want
be
people
for
to
the
know me.
best.
If I don't want to flex wealth to a certain extent. Like if someone just saw me out in public, like, oh, that dude, he looked like he has a tech job. Like he probably makes 6 figures. That's the most I would want anybody to think I was worth. Even I could be a billionaire. The fame is like you can't even like it reminds me of the Kodak song. Like he was like, I can't even roll in peace. Everybody noticed me. You know what I mean? Like I can't even just imagine you was like Drake. It's like, oh, I'm gonna just go to the store, I'm gonna get a beer or whatever. Is that Drake? Oh my God. And the whole store just migrates to you and you can't even get anywhere in the store. You just have to leave. Like that's fucking annoying. You can't go anywhere. And you're so rich, like a Drake level, you need security because dudes would literally hold you at gunpoint to just try to rob you because they know you're a
we've seen it too
billionaire.
many times. Let's keep it moving though. We got a couple more things to get to. We were speaking about Drake. This would be a great transition because Drake tried to hit it. We finally got some new music that we can actually fucking review. Ice Spice, her debut EP called Like ? I think that is fire too, bro. I don't know. I used to be kind of like, I just kind of like saw her as like, you know, she's like that new it girl. Everybody thinks she's attractive or whatever. But now, since listening to the actual EP, I can say I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I will say it. It happened with Coi Leray that way. I wasn't really like playing with Coi Leray like that until I actually listened to the music. She had her album release, and now I'm like, I can consider myself a Coi Leray fan. I've played her a couple of times on here. I don't know. Maybe Ice Spice might even be a deep cut for me tonight. Who knows? But we listened to the album before we got on. Thoughts?
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It just sounds like any bullshit you would hear in rap. any other day. It just sounds like I'm just not fucking with it,
In come
guys.
the hate.
Like,
In come the hate, baby.
Before you the stand start fucking with me, I'm just like, I don't know, man. It was just like whatever. But I'm not the biggest rap fan these days outside of like certain artists who are not even like mainstream artists like that. I just wasn't fucking with it. It just sounded just like the same shit we hear all the time.
For me, I was really impressed by her beat selection.
I will
thought
admit
that-
the beats were the beats that we hadn't heard that wasn't already released were alright. They were decent. Like I was.
I thought that she was just a meme rapper because the only thing, and I know she has work prior to, you know, what she's blown up off of, that Munch song and the Bikini Bottom song, but those were the songs that I heard originally, and I was like, the fuck? Chick is singing along to SpongeBob music? And I was just like not having it. But these beats that she actually chose, there was like, I think it was like 5 or 6 tracks. Of course she put Bikini Bottom and Munch on there. That's going to get her all the play. But those other songs, those beats, and she likes to stick to those drill beats, bro, which is a vibe. Okay,
And she had
that's
a sample
vibe.
on one of those beats that I just can't. It's an older school song. I just can't remember what it's called. But there was
She
a
had
sample.
one that I saw with Tierra Whack. I think Tierra Whack also had a song. I think it's Tierra Whack. She also used a song that had that same exact beat. So maybe it was a sample of that. I don't know if that's the
Nah,
one
dude,
you're talking
it's
about.
a way older song than that. It's like
Oh.
I think it's like a '90s, early 2000s song, but I just can't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. She hasn't proven herself to me. She just seems like a meme rapper. She just seems like like her rise kind of reminds me of 6ix9ine in a different way. It's like they're gonna be here for about a year, just trolling and making meme music, and then she's gonna have more staying power than 6ix9ine. But it's like the rap stuff that's gonna go out the window. I feel like she's gonna go like a Saweetie route where you're gonna see her in a lot of commercials. She's gonna be doing like endorsements. You might even see her in movies and shows and stuff like that. But I don't see the rap potential though.
But does she have star
But I
potential?
see her being here a long time, and she has star. I see her like being like a socialite, like a star potential, like the kind of Saweetie route. You know what I mean? Like she's in the industry, like she's
Saweetie's
known,
not a
like,
star?
she's like I think Saweetie's is a socialite to a certain extent.
A star, though?
Like she's
not
a known. I don't know about a star, but like she's still in the,
She's famous.
still in the conversation. She's famous.
Nah.
She's
No, she's not.
around. She has
No, she's not.
endorsements.
Quavo took her out of that conversation. We don't have to go there. But Quavo took her out of that conversation. She is not a star.
But I don't know.
She's
about,
just famous.
I don't know about star, but I think she's gonna be like, she's not
The
a
next
one hit
Meg.
wonder that's gonna be gone. I think she's gonna go like a Meg Stallion route, where it's like she's in the conversation, like she's in the public mind, and she's gonna stay there for a while. I don't think she's gonna like crash off quickly. But I don't think she's gonna be a megastar. But I think
Just based off that Carrot Top alone, bro. That Carrot Top is so unique, bro.
that's what I'm
That
saying.
shit is
Like the Carrot
that's a
Top is
calling
like
card.
it's already iconic to me. I already can
Yeah.
see it. For some
I
reason,
don't know
see-
about
I can't-
iconic, but for the times.
I think I'm not now, but I could see it like 10 years it being iconic. I really
Yeah.
believe that
Like Nicki Minaj's
Carrot
butt fat.
Top. That Carrot Top is something about it that when I see it, I'm like, yeah, she gonna be here a minute. But I don't
Yeah.
think it's gonna be off the rap. But I think in a lot of other lanes, she has a lot of potential. But that's just me.
Yeah, we already seen her in like a couple of commercials or whatever. So she's gonna get the endorsements. Really, to me, the test is gonna be this next album. I mean, isn't that always the test? Like, you got to
Sophomore
do
album
some
is gonna make
shit
or
on
break.
your own. You gotta give us an LP that
Or
has
first
15
album,
tracks, bruh. Say again.
First album, because I know that this was a mixtape. So first album
Yeah.
is important.
We
Second
need
one is
that. We
too.
need 15 tracks, and we got to see if you could really make an album that's whole, an album that is it doesn't have, like, you can't just rely off of these singles. I hate it when artists do that. You know who does that the best?
Who?
Migos. They have like 1-2 singles, and they haven't been, released an album since like 2020 or whatever. But like, even like Culture 3, Culture 2, like they have like 1 or 2 singles, and then the rest of the album is like 20 tracks of just bullshit and mid. I hate when artists do that, and it's really rap artists that do that because they put too many tracks on their fucking albums. But that's neither here nor there. But I can't wait to see what she can come up with in this album. We probably can expect that. What do you think? Like next year, probably
Maybe end of this year or next year.
end of this year. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
You think she's gonna be like a Q4 release? Like, seriously?
Could be wrong. Maybe it might be a year. Maybe we might see her featured on a lot of shit throughout the year. Keep her in the cycle.
I think she's
News
probably just
cycle.
going to wait another year.
News
Q1.
year
I think
next
that
year.
works for her.
Yeah.
Another person we can expect next week, I think next week, if my sources are correct, my sources, Twitter, guys, Twitter is my sources. If we are expecting the sources to be correct, I'm pretty sure ASAP Rocky's coming with another album next week. So we'll have something else to review. I'm just excited to get
I'm
back
looking
to
forward
reviewing
to
music,
ASAP,
man.
yeah. I'm looking forward to ASAP
Yeah.
for sure.
It's been so long, bro. Anyway, let's finish up with this Last of Us premiere dialogue. Now, a little bit of transparency that needs to take place here. Neither of us have played the game. So we're going strictly based off what the show is telling us.
Of a couple of chapters of the game, 1 and 2.
But we
So I've seen
haven't
the whole
played it. Like,
intro.
we haven't had the
like pretty much the
experience.
events of the first episode. We haven't played it, true, but for events of the first episode, I've seen it in a walkthrough. So I can compare it at least just from watching a walkthrough of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I played like a little bit of it in the beginning, so I have like I recognize some scenes in the first episode, but everything else after that, I'm not going to recognize shit. But let's talk
Yeah.
about Last of Us premiere. What were our thoughts on this shit? Because we watched it together.
I thought it was on fucking point. Me
Yeah, it was
personally.
really good.
I thought it was really good. I thought it was.
What do you like about it?
I just thought it was accurate. I thought it was like pacing was good, set design was good. It just really felt like they captured the game very, very well, especially like after the time jump in the future. Like just seeing like the rundown society and that little like area they live in. I don't know what it's called, that little like safe zone. It feels like they just ripped it straight from the game. Like it looks really good.
Even the camera angles and stuff that they use, like for example, like in the beginning, I think that was in the first 20 minutes or something like that, when they were driving through the town and everything was going crazy, everything was blowing up and shit. Even the camera angle that they used in the car was exactly like the game. It's exactly like I remember it, at least. Again, I didn't play the game, but the way that they were like making it feel like it was first person, I thought it was beautiful. I can't wait to see a little bit more of that.
And I also think like don't be discouraged if you haven't played the game. Like I think it's good enough that when it's over, you can pretty much do whatever you want. Either play the game or watch the show, and you'll get the same experience. That's so far. We don't know what they're going to do, but if it continues with what they're doing right now, I think it's going to be. It might even surpass it. I don't know if it'll surpass the game. We'll have to see. But I don't know, man. I think that usually the show adaptations don't do well.
You mean the video game adaptations?
Yeah, the video game adaptations. And in recent years, things have been changing. But it's still early enough that you still have to wonder.
Yeah. All right, let's
This
hit
is
into
definitely
decuts.
This is definitely an easier setting, I think, to do than most other games. I mean, it's just literally like a zombie apocalypse with like a bug spore. You know what I mean? Like we've done that. That's not that hard to adapt, I would think, versus like Pac-Man or like I don't know.
No, it's going to be done well. All right, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we want to thank you again for tuning into the Top Tier Podcast. You can catch us next week, same place, same time. All right, guys.
All right, guys, take it easy.